When you understand that you are on a sinking ship, you get off the ship. So whether you're in an intimate relationship with a narcissist, could be a friendship, could even be a parental relationship, you'll know that you'll have to abandon ship, which essentially means set boundaries, because you are dealing with a highly toxic and manipulating individual. And you cannot have a growing relationship with a narcissist because, well, the ship is going down. It is on a path of destruction. And you cannot build with destructive energy. It is only going to destroy. Now, today's video was inspired by a comment left right here on the channel. And user writes, "What a tragedy. I have no words. Even with the knowledge, it is still heartbreaking. You really can't save or love them. All they know is destruction and abuse. As hard as it is, you need to get out of the way because they will take you down with them." And that really sums up a narcissistic relationship. People, any relationship that you get into with a pathological narcissist is going to go down. And this is because pathological narcissists are incapable of getting into mutually beneficial relationships with others, where you pour into somebody and then they pour back into you and the relationship grows over time. That is impossible with a pathological narcissist, because pathological narcissists are parasites. You can have a parasitic relationship with a narcissist where the narcissist will be the parasite and you will be the host. And well, you will be there to serve the narcissist's needs, because narcissists come for supply, narcissistic supply. And this is the attention, validation, and admiration that they need to survive. So because of this, you cannot have a blossoming, blooming, healthy relationship, because narcissists are unhealthy by default. Oftentimes on the channel, you will see me use the Hawkins scale by Dr. David R. Hawkins to explain pathological narcissism, because I think that it's very good when you have a sort of visual for what you're dealing with. So know that pathological narcissism is an energy. It's a spirit. It's a vibration. And it is a very low spectrum of energy, because narcissists are based in their shame and they're unable to move past their pride. And well, since they cannot go up, they go down. So they go back down to shame. So you see where these people are stuck in a shame pride cycle and they're unable to get out. So this is a type of psychological arrested development. So they are missing elements. And narcissists being stuck in their shame, then you're dealing with a self-loathing individual. But oftentimes narcissists do not come off as self-loathing because, well, that ego, that prideful nature of them steps in to protect them. So they protect this shameful, self-loathing nature with their grandiosity. And it is their grandiosity that we may perceive as confidence, but it is not confidence, because confidence would include self-love, and narcissists do not love themselves. Pathological narcissists are based in shame. They are self-loathing individuals that use grandiosity as a cover for their deep-seated inner shame that they are running from. So whatever neglect, trauma, abuse, etc. that has happened in the narcissist's life, people has broken them. And pathological narcissism is the manifestation of unhealed trauma. These people have a pathological personality disorder. So you will see where to get their needs met, to get supply, because of their parasitic nature, pathological narcissists are incapable of getting into mutually beneficial relationships with people. So what they get into are abuse cycles, the narcissistic abuse cycle that starts off on a high because narcissists are people, addicts, similar to a junkie, similar to a meth addict, a cocaine addict, substance abuse addict, alcohol addicts, and so on. They need people to facilitate this cycle. So an alcoholic needs more alcohol, and narcissists always need people. So you see where narcissists will get into entanglements, toxic relationships with individuals, parasitic relationships with individuals, and these parasitic relationships will start off on a high because you are the narcissist drug, you are the supply. And it starts off with a love bomb or a idealization phase because the narcissist is going to idealize you. You are their new cure because narcissists are looking for the cure outside of themselves, which they should be searching within, but narcissists cannot self-reflect because they don't have a self. They don't have a true self. They have a false self, that egoic self that you have been interacting with. The false self. Pathological narcissists abandon their true inner selves, that true inner spirit in their childhood years, and instead they developed a maladaptive ego. And the ego is what you have been interacting with, and the ego is what needs to be satiated. The ego needs supply. The ego needs supply, and the ego has an insatiable desire to be fed. The ego cannot be fed, similarly to how zombies cannot be full. So you will see where narcissistic relationship starts off in the idealization or the love bomb phase, and the narcissist will be very charming. They'll take you on trips, they'll buy you dinner and gifts and so on, and the narcissist will pretend to be a good guy doll or a good gal. So they're going to pretend to be the idealized version of what you want to see, so they'll mirror you so that you think that they are like you, but they are not like you. Chucky was never good to begin with, because eventually you will see where the narcissist is going to switch up on you. And they'll normally start off with little jabs because they like to abuse in a covert nature. So they get you to drop your guard in the idealization phase or the love bomb phase. And then eventually you will get to the devalue, where the underhanded comments will come in. The psychological manipulation, the gaslighting, the emotional abuse, and so on. Because narcissists oftentimes get very bored, and again, narcissists are self-loathing individuals. They are in a state of misery. They are stuck in a state of misery. They are based in shame, and they cannot move past their pride. And again, they cannot raise their vibrations to feel any better, because they won't let go of that maladaptive ego, because that is a pathology. So since they cannot go up, they go right back down into shame. Back down into another shame, pride cycle. Stuck in the narcissistic abuse cycle. So when you get to the devalue, the narcissist is going to state that, well, you're not the drug that they thought you were. So they'll eventually have to discard you, or maybe you'll discard the narcissist. Maybe you'll break the relationship off. Because eventually you'll see in the last days with the narcissist is the person that you're interacting with is someone that you do not know. There is a stranger in your house. You will see that you are dealing with a chameleon, someone that was mimicking you. But the person that you are now seeing is nothing like you. They're very cold. very apathetic, very boastful, very sinister. And that was what you were dealing with on day 0. Chucky was never a good guy. Narcissists were never good to begin with. What they did was they mirrored you. That's the love bomb. Then comes the devalue. Then comes the discard. And eventually, a hoover, where oftentimes the narcissist will try to drag their victims back into another round of this wash, rinse, spin, repeat cycle. Because this is how pathological narcissists get their needs met. The ego needs to be satiated with supply. And narcissists cannot supply themselves because they abandoned themselves in childhood. They abandoned their spirit. They abandoned their inner captain. They abandoned their inner generators in childhood. So, because they cannot generate this light from within, then they have to seek this light from the outside. And this is why they need so many different sources of supply. So a narcissist discards person A, then they'll eventually go on to find person B, the new supply, to do the same exact thing over and over and over again. Because narcissists are stuck feeding from the energies of other people because they abandoned themselves in childhood. And that truly, people, is what you have been interacting with. You are interacting with a walking black hole, a walking void. The default state of a pathological narcissist, people, is to be in a state of destruction. If it's an intimate relationship, that relationship is going to fail. If it's a friendship, that friend, who is truly a frenemy, is eventually going to betray you. If you are dealing with a narcissist in a business relationship, eventually that business is going to crash and burn. You cannot have mutually beneficial relationships with pathological narcissists. They are stuck in a low vibrational state. They are stuck in a destructive state. There is no equality in the third dimension. Pathological narcissists are in a secret competition with you. This again is via their egotistical nature. They are always competing with you because the ego competes. So when you understand that the ship that you are on is the Titanic, folks, you get off the ship. You abandon ship. You go no contact if you have no business interacting with the pathological narcissist. Otherwise, you go low to little contact until you can fully go no contact. The people that are going low to little contact, gray rocking, the narcissist, are people that have children with the narcissist, assets, and so on. But for everybody else, it's a no contact because you cannot build with a pathological narcissist. They only destroy. Narcissists are walking curses. Anything that they touch will eventually fail. They come to take. Any relationship that you have with a pathological narcissist will be a victim abuser type 1 because that is the vibration that they operate at. They come to take, they come to feed, they come for supply. Mosquito does not come to love you, it comes to bite you. It is in their nature. So again, go no contact, blow the bridge up, or go low contact gray rock until you can separate yourself away from these toxic personalities and rebuild yourself and heal. And that really is the quick message for today, kind folks. So again, know that narcissists are on a path of destruction, and this is why you should get out the way. You cannot save them. They don't want to be saved. Thank you all for your continued support. Ensure that you are liking these videos. Ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content. If you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Sheikah is the name. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.